Hi, my name is Jason Suspaniak, and I'm an enrollment guide for Unum. In today's video, I'm going to share with you the enrollment experience with Employee Navigator, what it looks like from the employee's experience as they log in and enroll in Employee Navigator. I'm going to use an employee, Neil Armstrong. Neil was great at getting to the moon. He's not really good at electing benefits. So we're going to walk Neil through this and what we do when we work with our broker partners is get the information loaded into the system. It's driven by the census, so this is census driven. So we get the employee information, and we have a census template that we send to you as the employer, and then we load medical, dental, vision, and all of the benefits. So we all the plan designs are loaded in, all of the costs are loaded in, and the contribution amount. So we work very closely with your broker to ensure that the information is correct prior to ever getting to the employee experience. So this is Neil. I have Neil loaded in. He's a male. He's 56 years old. And what we're going to do is verify Neil's address. So each of these is a step in the process. So I'm going to save Neil's information. And then it brings me to his address. So Neil was born in Watertown. He's got a dependent, Nellie is his spouse. If we had to add dependents, we could simply add them. And we want to make sure that we capture the Social Security information. So we could actually capture that. And then all the benefits decisions that follow will be based on the employee's family. So as you see, this is elected. There's two health plans. We have a $1,500 deductible and a $3,500 deductible. And if I unselect Nellie, who's selected right now, watch what happens to the rates. So I'm going to unselect Nellie and it's going to change the rates. I can do a compare of the benefits and it'll show me the difference between the two plans and the costs per pay. So I'm going to actually just exit out and I'm going to select coverage for Nellie and Neil. I'm going to hit select and then hit save and continue. So now we've elected the medical. When we get to the dental benefits, we could actually load information. If we need a provider network, we could load that here. We could load the SVCs here. For this particular benefit, I'm just going to elect it for Neil, and then I'm going to hit select and save and continue. Vision. So Neil's going to elect vision for him and Nellie. So we have Nellie loaded into the vision plan. We'll hit save and continue. And then group life. So group life, we have a $25,000 employer paid benefit. We hit save and continue. Group short-term disability. Group short-term disability has a weekly benefit based on percentage of pay. And this plan would be 1418. It's a voluntary plan. So we'll select that. And then LTD is an employer paid benefit. So this is a zero cost benefit for Neil if he wanted to elect that for his family. We'll save and continue. Accident insurance. Accident insurance covers Neil for accidents that happen within his family. He could cover his wife Nellie. So we'll hit save and continue. Critical illness. Critical illness covers things like heart attack, stroke, cancer. Again, if Neil wanted to elect this would be a voluntary benefit. And I'll show you what it looks like if he declines the benefit. So we could have a reason for declination for this. We could just simply put not interested. If we wanted to capture it for the medical, we definitely want to check one of these boxes, come open enrollment. And then voluntary life. There's a voluntary life buy-up option. We'll actually waive this benefit so you can see what it looks like when it's completed. And then at the end, we have the ability to also capture beneficiary information right within the system, so we could do that. But this is at the end of the experience and what it looks like. When we look at this, the cost per pay is $486. These are the benefits that Neil has elected. So we have medical, dental, vision, group life, group short-term, group long-term, accident. And you can see he's got coverage for Nellie, his spouse, medical, vision, accident, and then the plans that he didn't elect, which was critical illness and voluntary life. And then once we're good and Neil has made his decisions, we hit click to sign, and that completes the process. So now, one of the nice things about this is Neil, once he completes his elections, we could actually print the summary. And what we do as enrollment guides is actually print the summary and send it to each employee. So that way they have an election summary. And then all of the information gets captured inside of Employee Navigator. So what's great about this, when we look at this, and I'm a HR user, when I look at open enrollment, one of the great things about this is the reporting function of it. And when I click on open enrollment reports, you'll see that there's one employee completed out of 18 or 19 employees, and that employee is Neil Armstrong because we just completed that process. So whether the employees elect to do that through self-enroll or it's supported by our enrollment guides, you have full visibility into the open enrollment reporting of who's left and who's completed the process. So one of the nice things about this is as we get closer to open enrollment ending, messages go automatically out to these employees who haven't started the process to help make things easier for the HR team. I hope you found this helpful.